Okay, so setup wise, as we said, you can see the arms now a little bit more forward there. You're getting more of that kind of lowercase Y, the hands by your left thigh. Just bring a little more shaft lean there. Just helps your body tilt a little bit more at setup. That's going to help you do the move that we're going to try and make now through the golf ball. So we look at this left hand one here now. As you go back that green line, you see your right hip going through that green line. Quite a little lateral movement there to start with. That little sort of bump there is okay, but once you get to about this movement now and the club started to go, your hips have got to start rotating and your shoulders have got, your shoulders only start rotating really about now, and the club's almost gone halfway back, and you can see sort of sliding through that. So for you to get to the sort of ideal impact position, which we'll show in a picture in a second, of where your lower half needs to be, that is kind of the sort of finish line for both your hands, your hips, and the club head. The club head should be the last thing through that blue line. Your lower half should move this way, but it's just got a long way to go. Your hands are going to try and be there. You can see as you come back to goal ball. Now you start trying to go there. As you get to about here now, you can't keep going because you'd fall over. Now your rotation is going to start kicking in. Never get to that blue line. There's your impact. Hands behind the golf ball. If that's the ball being hit now and your hands are here, the next frame we're going to see now, your hands are just about reaching that line. Your hips still haven't got there, and the club's over here somewhere. The club's gone through that finish line a good long time before that, okay? And then as you finish the swing now, very sort of flat-footed, not really getting much lower half rotation through the feet. Knees aren't coming together and those hips are back. And from a physical standpoint, you think your shoulders, when they actually finish this swing, are fully rotated 90, but your lower half not really gone through at all. So your back, top half's doing this and your bottom half's going, nah, not going anywhere. That's going to put more strain on your back, really. And we'll give you a little practice exercise, George, to sort of show how we can learn what that body does over time, okay? Key thing is to work on this back, so as we said there, okay? So this movement here now, moving inside that green line, okay? If I go back a bit of the frame, there you go. You haven't gone through the green line. So you're in a position where now, can we start moving back towards that blue line? We've got less distance to travel, so potentially we can, we can start moving into that blue line and changing your path into the golf ball, and against the path into, not the path after. The swing path of the golf club is in to square to in. It's not in to out. So don't try to swing it out to, say, 1 o'clock or all this kind of jazz, because you're not trying to swing the golf club. There's no straight lines in the golf swing. It's a circle, But the body has to change that, not your arms just trying to shove out to the right as you sometimes try and do, okay? As you come back into impact. Now the hips are on that line. Now there's impact. Hands haven't still gotten there, okay? That's to be expected, because this is still going to be an instinctive thing of how you hit the golf ball. But your body's changing position, which is a good start. We're getting the body to move better, getting the strike, and then twisting through. As I said, still not much movement here, which we'll talk about in a second with a little practice drill you can do. And joking aside, you could do this practice drill, and I actually encourage sort of students of mine to do that while they're brushing their teeth. You just stand there, you either stand still or you can stand and do this drill. It's as simple as that. And I think always try and, we've all got limited time, even as you're retired, you always find that your days have been filled up by something, aren't they? Instead of try and do. So if we can kind of get you just do things in your sort of standing around time, like brushing your teeth, or when you stood down, putting the kettle on and you're sat there waiting for the kettle to boil, whatever it may be, you can use that opportunity to sort of just get the movement and get used to how the lower half should work, okay? But it's all got to stem from setup, and how the backswing works. So go on.
Should I try to keep this closer to this blue line still than I am?
No. You definitely need to move off. You can't stay on that. You can't. As you move back, you need to sort of shift some weight anyway. But you shift some weight pivoting this way. We don't shift it by pumping the hips sideways. Okay. I mean, I always say, if you think about, imagine you're sort of throwing a rugby ball, you wouldn't throw a rugby ball and sort of do this with your hips, would you? I mean, you see most guys trying to launch it a long way. Where are they going to go? They're going to be back on this right side, but they're pivoting their body. They're back here to throw. They wouldn't go and slide and side bend, okay? So your body has to rotate. And once the rotation starts happening, which is starting to there, in fairness, okay? Once that starts happening, then the shift can start kicking in. Once the shift starts kicking in, then your hands can start working better. And we'll give you some drills to practice this, because what you can literally do at home is swing up against that blue line, up against the wall. Now, I wouldn't do full back, because you imagine the club head's up here, so we'd probably dink through the wall. So you do smaller backswings, but still then make some movements where you come back into impact, get the left hip on the wall, the line on the wall, and you're just coming back in here. So you're up the top, feeling that, up the top, feeling that, just feeling the movement over and over again. Because if you think about it, we're trying to change how your body moves.
Yep.
This is going to take a little bit of practice doing that. If you go to the range and give us 100 golf balls, 100 golf swings at 1.5 seconds per golf swing is 150 seconds of practice. You're giving me 2.5 minutes. It's not a lot, is it? You're there for an hour. 2.5 minutes. If I said to you 5 minutes a day, you could stand up against the wall and do that. You're getting double in one session at home than you would do a driving range session, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, the driving range session is more kind of the exam to see how much of the revision you've done. The revision is the practice you're doing at home and the movement patterns, yeah?
Yep.
Go to the range and you practice it and see how it looks, yeah?
Yeah.
Don't go to the range and start trying to change all these things because it's going to take a lot longer that way, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, to get
Yeah.
an hour of practice, you'd have to hit 4,000 golf balls. Yeah, which is quite a lot. All right.
Yeah.
So again, not saying don't pick balls and don't practice, but if we can use our time wisely, so we can change how the movement of our body is going to be, it will suddenly start becoming more naturally, more quickly. Yeah, go on.
So the front garden wall is about that high.
Perfect.
So
perfect.
in the front
Well, you could
garden.
do that because then you could do a full backswing and you won't worry about in the wall behind you. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so you could do that and you get the sensations or how to the neighbours or whatever.
they're all looking at me going,
yeah, what the hell's he?
Yeah, he definitely has lost it now.
Yeah, retirement's come a bit too late. All right, but that's going to be the move. So we're looking for, again, over time, the lead arm to be kind of here and the club will be there at impact. Okay, so your hands sort of moved into that blue line there on the wall there.
So my hands have got to speed up in time.
Yeah,
To
you've
come.
got to move
when
down
the hip
more.
comes
Okay. The
back,
thing is,
the hands
you've
have
had the
to
club
go.
face open because of the sort of how you held the club with your hands back here.
Yeah.
So moving your hands forward never made any sense. The ball sliced further right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the change. Okay, makes sense.
Yep.
Cool. Very good.